Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today here at Ecstasy Chat. I'm Serge.
I'm Rob.
I'm Gen Z.
And I'm Gen X.
And today we have yet another special video for you. So this is actually going to be our last video of the night. It's 12 something a.m. so it's late at night. Rob's already ready to go to sleep, but I convinced him. You guys should be thanking me. I talked him into doing another video, despite us already going past where we were going to go. And the reason I wanted to do this late at night because this video is a little bit on the spookier side. We're going to be reacting to the Backrooms. Now, I had zero context going into this when I first reacted to this. Apparently there's like this whole creepypasta lore around it, so like this whole like backstory, and it's like evolved over time. I'm not going to give Rob any context here because I want him to go in blind, and I'll give him some explanations of what's going on, what the heck happened in this video at the end of it. But to go into the start, all I'm gonna say is that this is a video that is under the category of found footage. Now, I don't know if you've heard this before. It was like I think it was trending for some time where people would find old like cameras laying around. They would be referred to as found footage because it would be like this like film taken from the past and no one else has seen it. And so it feels kind of cool.
Newly discovered.
Yeah, you're like discovering this content. And so what a lot of people did, they also started making like found footage. I don't want to say fake found footage because they're not trying to pass it off as real, but it's more of like an art form, like a media, like a film, right? So this is kind of like this video is kind of like a mini film that was put together by someone. With
the idea that it would replicate found footage.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the style of found footage, and we go down some interesting. There's some interesting things that happen. Let's just say that.
So Serge hasn't told me much about it, so I'm really curious. It sounds like it might be a little creepy, maybe a little dark. I'm curious. What are we gonna see?
Let's see.
All right.
Let's jump in.
Let's take a look.
Real quick before we start. I wasn't sure if to save this till the end of the video or not, but I guess I'll just put it at the start just because this is really impressive. Apparently, the person who put this together is 16 years old. So a 16-year-old put together this project. Just as context, and we can discuss more on that at the end of the video.
Yeah. Even draws more curiosity then.
Yeah, and before we start, like I said, the video is called The Backrooms. What do you think this could be about, just off of the name?
The Backrooms. Hidden rooms that have maybe yet to be discovered. Could be some in the basement, and they were could have been used for prohibition or gambling. Kind of hidden rooms that aren't really well known. I don't know. I'm guessing here.
That's actually really interesting because while you're off a bit, you're actually kind of on the money in some ways. So you'll see it.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sound, camera,
rolling.
All right, and action. All right, cut. That was good, guys. All right, that was good. I'm thinking we get a wide angle, and then we're done. Okay?
All right. Yeah. Cool. Like how much further? Like
A little more. A little more.
that?
Yeah.
Whoa. Hello? Hello? Hey guys. What is this? Hello? Is someone there?
Did you catch that?
I'll tell you what I like here is the angular shots. Some walls are very dark and some are lit up. This guy, Parsons, really well done with this as a film piece. And again, I appreciate film art. This is artistic. But there's probably more to the story I may have missed because you just asked, did I catch that?
Oh, did you notice anything a bit strange?
Well, the shadows and the blocks. That right there. I mean, the blocks.
All right, I went back a little bit and let's see if you catch it.
Okay.
Just something subtle.
Hello?
I did see it.
Someone
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, it looked like someone just dashed back behind the corner, not to be seen.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
So it's that weird feeling. Have you ever
Where you're
been
being
walking
watched.
and you have that feeling of I'm being watched,
yeah.
and you have no idea why you feel that, but it's like the sixth sense we all have.
Especially when you're out at night.
Yeah.
You just get a feeling like something's watching you. It's the sixth sense.
So a quick story on that, and I won't take time on this, but the other day I was in my guest room downstairs, and I had this weird feeling that I was being watched. And it's a really spooky thing to look out a window and see something or someone watching you. So I slowly looked out the window, or looked toward the window, and it was actually kind of cool. There's a big deer with huge eyes just looking right at me through the window. But it was also kind of creepy. It was cool and kind of creepy. I don't know how long it was staring at me through the window, but
Yeah.
it happened to me last week.
Yeah, I wonder where that stems from because I think as kids we also have that a lot. Like when the lights get turned off, you like sprint and jump into your bed under the covers
Oh, yeah,
to try and
for
get
sure.
away from the darkness.
For sure.
As if there's something like a creepy monster in the closet or something's coming to get you.
For sure. And you never, as a kid, ever would sleep with your arm over the side of the bed.
Oh
Because
no.
You'd be afraid that something underneath the bed would grab you and pull you under.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm going to date myself here, Poltergeist. For some of you who have seen the movie Poltergeist, put it in the comments. I want to know if you know what I'm talking about. On the bed with the arm over the side.
Ooh. Sounds like something I must have missed.
I'm going to have to watch that with you sometime.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
It is.
For me as a kid, I remember like sometimes you would like put the blankets over your head even, just like be fully underneath the
Yes.
blankets just to feel safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it gets too hot, so you give up.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see what happens with this creepy situation here. I did catch that. Thanks for
Yeah.
rewinding that.
All right, you ready? Resume.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. I like how this is all shot as if it's like taken with what are those, like one of those older machines.
9 mil.
Can anybody hear me? Hello?
Damn it. Pretty suspenseful.
It is. And, you know, this reminded me of, so I think this was made in 1991, so a little while back. Maybe I'm wrong. But it reminds me of being influenced from the Blair Witch Project.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm trying to remember when that came out. Late 80s, early 90s. It's evaded my mind. But I think there's some influence from that with this young filmmaker, which is, it's pretty cool.
Yes, actually, I haven't seen Blair Witch Project, so that's a pretty cool connection you made there. Did you notice anything else that's been off?
I'm probably missing it, but again, I'm really fascinated by the lighting, the shadows, and the angles.
Yeah. What? How do you think he found this place to record in?
Hidden back rooms. What do you think?
How does a 16-year-old get the budget to record in such a?
Dad's a VP at a really cool place that have not yet moved into the building.
I guess so. All right, keep your eye out. Let's see if there's anything interesting going on. Do you notice anything?
The sound.
You missed it again.
Oh, you're kidding.
It's what I love about his style is there's very
It's so subtle.
It's super subtle foreshadowing, which is like as filmography that's like amazing. Where like you foreshadow something that's going on, and it's very hard to miss. It's very easy to miss as the viewer, and it's very hard to like pick up on.
Okay, let's see if I'll get this.
I actually missed this the first time around. I didn't see this.
I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. Something's in the dark.
Yeah.
Around the
like
corner.
Maybe a girl. There it is again, or was.
Yeah. And where do you think we're headed?
Yeah.
And it looks like the dude changed his mind at the last second.
And
Probably
did
a good
not.
idea.
Right. Huh. There's a hint. Not so subtle hint.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Whoa. What the heck is this? Don't move. Stay still. Oh. That's kind of creepy.
Isn't it?
Especially right now.
Yeah.
You know, that's creepy.
Yeah. It's very eerie. Like something feels very, very wrong.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's right behind us.
Yeah. This tall, lanky thing, whatever it is.
Yeah. Very disturbing sounds too. I'd be running so fast to get out of there.
But you're also running back to a creature which was hiding behind that corner.
Unless this was the creature and it was stalking him. It's right behind us.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's nowhere else to go. Imagine how uncomfortable that situation would be, where you're cornered and you have no choice but to jump down, or else you're gonna get attacked by whatever that thing was.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts so far?
This is artistic. I like it. It's creepy. It's spooky. It's the best time to watch is right now at night.
Yeah, that's the reason I specifically chose this, because that nighttime is that feeling when you have something like it's as if something's watching you.
Yeah.
So.
Oh. Blair Witch Project. We'll look at that sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Low influence from that. I like this.
Here we go. It's like, what is this place? We have no clue. And how did we even get here? We were just with our friends a second ago, and now we're here.
Dude, I don't know if I'd want to go up those stairs.
Yeah. A bit too dark. Is he the one who's messing with the light, or is something else? Or is it just by itself, I'm wondering?
Anytime you see a lone chair in a big room like this or a hallway,
It doesn't feel right.
no, not a good sign.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the heck is this place?
What is this place?
What's a dumpster doing in the building?
Yeah. And a rope.
and a rope.
What is that? What is that? What is the correlation between the two? What are you thinking? I have a I think I know what it's supposed to be, but
I'm thinking gets attacked, hung or tied up, and then thrown away.
yeah, I was thinking it's like it's kind of eerie. My interpretation is like it's left there for you as an easy way out. So like you're in this very strange place, and you just went through a super stressful situation. It's like you can commit suicide here.
Oh, interesting.
Because the rope and then
Wow.
the dumpster to get rid of the body,
Sure.
and it's super creepy. What I haven't
But
been
rather than the creature attacking you and sending you to your death, you actually are so terrified,
Yeah.
and your only way out is to take your own life.
yeah, you're just so shell shocked by this whole situation that you just want out.
Right.
But something I actually haven't been able to do is I haven't really paused and taken a look to read what that says.
I'm trying to read the graffiti.
I'm trying to figure out as well. Yeah, does this actually say something? Is that DSR? US? It doesn't really make sense, does it? Like I feel at the end it's 275, right?
Yeah, that's what I pick up as well.
But I wish I wish I had a expert graffiti artist on the scene right now who could translate what the heck this is, because
Well, it'd be really cool if it was really intentional.
yeah.
As part of the film.
That's what I'm thinking. I there's no way they just have a random dumpster and graffiti on it, and there's no meaning to the graffiti. I feel like it has like something very deep or very meaningful, or like a clue, kind of like
A clue.
what was
Yeah.
written on the wall, like all that weird markings on the wall. It had to mean something.
It's a message there. Yeah.
Yeah, but what the message is, I don't even know. Ready to continue?
Let's continue.
What the fuck? What the fuck? This isn't real. This isn't real. This isn't real.
Imagine ending up in this place.
Oh, this is a nightmare.
Fire exit. Keep clear. You think this is the way out?
No.
Usually the fire exits go down
Right. Yeah.
to get out of the building.
Huh.
Oh no, he's back in this place.
A circular maze.
And when we were watching from the beginning, we weren't really uncomfortable, but now it's like you're uncomfortable because you know that thing's somewhere.
Right.
I don't trust the dark.
It's like I'm waiting for the next creature to jump out or
Mm-hmm.
to lure him in further. Almost sounds like a heartbeat, right?
Mhm.
Fear. Oh! What the heck? Wow. Oh, splat? Is that what happens next?
The camera just laying on the floor now. And this was how the footage was found. someone just came across this random footage and
Got it. Okay.
that was the Backrooms.
Thus found footage. I got it. Okay. Wow.
What do you think of that?
I like it. I'd watch it again because it was creepy and chilling, and it's leading up to the very end where he gets pretty much attacked by this creature-looking thing, and I just don't know if he was thrown out the window. It looked like he was. He was falling, of course, to his death, and because he died, then that's how the footage was found later.
So you know something interesting about that? This is something that everyone misses, including myself, the first time around. But if you go frame by frame, it becomes even scarier. Like what actually happened becomes even more haunting. So someone found this footage, right?
Yeah.
So we were playing as the guy who was like the camera guy, right? Who was going through his whole ordeal. And see, I can go frame by frame here.
Right.
Let me get closer to when he actually gets attacked, right? So he spins around. Here's the monster, right?
Right.
Look what happens. So the monster gets really close to us, right? It's attacking us. It's in our face.
Yes.
Are you seeing this?
So
So
it becomes part of the monster.
no. So the monster, the guy doesn't follow the camera. The monster snatched the guy and he dropped his camera. So he never made it out alive.
Right.
So when we see
So the camera
yeah.
fell, and that's what we see falling down. Okay.
Yep. And
That's really interesting. You show that frame by frame.
yeah.
What compelled you to do that even the first time?
Well,
Just-
I watched it on my own.
Yeah.
And then I went to a reaction video, and in the reaction video, someone did it frame by frame. I was like, how did I miss that?
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
now that I'm showing it to you is really cool because I can let you know, hey, you missed this.
Yeah.
And almost every person who watches this misses this, but this is such an eerie thing because you think he made it out. He never made it out.
He never made it out. It was a camera
Yeah.
only. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your interpretation of this whole piece?
Well, after going by frame, it just makes it even creepier, scarier. You're getting, who knows what, eaten alive by this creature, by this monster, and pretty much, you're a goner. You're done.
Yeah. What do you think this place is supposed to be? Like, what is their monster doing here? Where is this place? There's no one else there, it seems like.
It's just, a labyrinth to, I think, confuse people, and it's like a spider web. It's the monster's spider web, but it's just a building labyrinth.
It's like luring you in.
Yeah.
But what is like?
But once you're in, you can't get out.
Yeah.
You're going to be lost within.
Yeah, but how did he get there? Because he was just with his friends like 1 second, and then the next he was in the labyrinth.
I might have to go back and watch the very beginning then to see, hey, what happened?
Yeah. Is there any other?
Because I remember he said he wanted to do a wide angle shot.
It wasn't him. It was like the other guy who's like directing this little scene, and so he's just a camera guy. So the director told him to like back up for a wide shot.
Yeah. And then, boom, this happens. Or he's in this building, this labyrinth, this web. About to become a victim.
Yeah. Is there any other theories you have as to like what this could be? What's going on?
It's the monster's labyrinth. It's his lair, and he's drawing people in.
So my first time when I watched this was my interpretation was this was like some sort of purgatory, because this is like a hellish state to be in. Like you're
It's a nightmare.
yeah
Yeah, absolutely.
and it's like reoccurring because he went up the stairs and he came back to the same place. So it's
Right.
like, oh my gosh, this is
You
terrible.
can't get out.
Yeah, and but later I found out, which is even kind of maybe even worse, is that the story of the Backrooms is essentially in video games. You know how well, you're not very familiar with video games. I'll try to explain it. Yeah, you're gonna be a gamer soon. Don't worry. But
Don't worry.
but basically, in games, when the level designers, they build a level for you, right? And you navigate through the level, and there's defined boundaries. There's like walls. So you're kind of being led down a path. You don't really have free exploration because game developers are trying to send you down a story, right? Well, what happens is sometimes games have like bugs that are overlooked, or not necessarily bugs, but maybe like boundaries that weren't considered. So a person can sometimes slip through and go walk through a wall or fall through a floor and end up in a place that's outside the map, which they're not meant to be in. And usually those it's like empty liminal spaces. Liminal being like wide open, like empty with like a nostalgic feel and eerie. And
Like this.
yeah, and so the idea of the backrooms is kind of like life is a simulation, but if life is like simulation, like a game, there's a way to also break out of the boundaries and end up in the behind the scenes that in the place you're not supposed to be. And so the idea of the backrooms is just like in a video game, how you could like break out through a wall and end up in this place that developers never meant for anyone to see and never meant for anyone to be in. And those places that are kind of eerie, just like in real life, you can end up in the backrooms. And it's kind of scary because you could just step onto like this one thing that's like not a solid boundary and you fall through. And that's what happened to the guy at the very start. If we go back, the camera guy, he was recording and he took a step back and he fell through the floor.
He fell through the floor.
And he ended up in the backrooms.
Yes.
Yeah, and the scary thing is I think from what I read, no one ever makes it out alive from the backrooms. And it's like 600 million miles in each direction.
Wow.
To like go, so you're kind of like cramped, and there's like multiple floors, so you can make it down to the next floor, but each floor has its own style and threats. Some floors are more dangerous than others, and some floors I think are like impossible to survive on.
Wow.
And so yeah, it's a pretty freaky thing.
It's a living nightmare.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Or you called it like a purgatory.
Yeah, and there's like a rumor that you can actually make it out of here if you find like a wall that's a slightly darker color. Because if it's a slightly darker color, then it's a bug, and if you run, you can run through it. And if you run through hard enough at the right angle, you might have a chance of ending up back in the real world. And what's interesting is if we go to the camera, right? When it fell, the camera fell back into the real world, right?
Right. That's right.
Look, as the camera's falling, that floor is slightly darker shade. So that's
It went through.
it went through,
Yeah.
and that's how it ended up back into the real world.
Huh, that's very interesting. So it's not only the back room, there's a back story.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
With that back story, it comes together more easily.
yeah.
Which, thank you, because I don't know about you, but I wouldn't have gotten the full picture or context without that backstory. But even without the backstory, it was a pretty creepy video.
Yeah,
And well done. Really well done.
Yeah, and according to like the story behind it, that first floor that they're on is known as the training floor. So it's the floor where you kind of get used to this new world that you
Hell
just
you're
entered
in or
into, like
something.
this new dimension. Yeah. And there's this liquid dropping from the ceiling. It's like dripping from the ceiling all over throughout the back rooms. There's like a red liquid, and it keeps the floor always damp. So it's like you smell this damp, moist like floor all the time. So it's like a really bad smell.
And if it's red, is it, do you think it represents blood?
I don't think so. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. But for me, I think one of the biggest unanswered questions of this whole thing is the writing on the wall. Remember when we right before the monster attacks?
Stay still.
Don't move, stay still.
Yeah.
I'm like wondering what the heck that was meant to be. If he was to stay still, would the monster not have gotten to him? Like, was that a survivor who was giving like
So given some instruction or,
Yeah.
or help.
yeah, let's say that's the survivor who was like previously on this floor,
Right.
and who knows what happened to him, and then he left that back as like a tip, or was it the monster trying to trick you into standing still so it can come and eat you easily?
more easily. Sure.
And then it like drew all those arrows to like lure you in. It's so, and if that is, it makes it even more scary because that means it has an intellect.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like I said, it was like a spider's web. You're in its labyrinth, its lair. It knows exactly where you're at, and it's pulling you in.
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. And creepy.
Yeah, and there's he made some other videos, so maybe we'll check out some of the other ones. He made a backroom series, so it's a bunch of different videos related to the same thing.
Parsons, was that his name?
Yeah, I think so. It's Kane Parsons.
Right. I think, yeah. There it is.
Yeah, Kane Parsons.
Yeah.
And he's really talented. He's 16 years old.
Wow.
And he put all this together, like including the directing, the audio design, the visuals.
Yeah.
So what do you think of like the environment? This is actually a question I was really curious about. What do you think of like how this was all constructed?
Well, one thing about again, it puts on, or it creates a great sense of loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
You're very much alone, and so you can't rely on anyone else for help.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it scarier. It's not just Spartan. I mean, there's nothing there. I think it makes it certainly more mysterious. But as I was mentioning during the video, I like a lot of the angular shots and the shadows with the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do you think the filming process for this went?
What do you mean?
Like I said, like the budget. How is it possible to have like these huge interiors?
Oh, literally.
Yeah.
So I think no budget. I think he probably was fortunate to have a dad and uncle, or maybe a mom who was in the right place at the right time. Just moved out of a building and let him in and filmed it. Yeah.
So you want to know the really interesting thing? Because it looks so real, and you're like wondering, is this real? Is it not real? This is actually all designed, 3D modeled.
Oh, you're kidding?
So this isn't.
Huh.
This isn't.
Yeah.
This was modeled into like an engine, a game engine.
Yeah.
And what he did was he put on like an Oculus Rift, which is like VR goggles, and he filmed it as if he's like walking through in real life. So he's walking through this environment that he built up in this game. So, or like in simulation.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
And that's what's because I thought
really
I was convinced
interesting
it was real.
Yeah.
But this is actually all CGI. He used CGI for all of this.
Nice job.
So, yeah, I was blown away because this looks so real, right?
It does.
And he even has like the I forgot what it's called, but like what is this device called? With, like where it always has those grainy lines. It was replaced by CDs, right? You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, he had it down to a T. And then like the audio design was brilliant.
But even the tile on the ceiling, it just made it look real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like the open spaces as well, like the glossy floor.
Wow, I would have never have known that. Yeah, I just learned a lot with your background giving to me.
Yeah. Now for the other videos, I pretty much have no context. I haven't seen any other ones because this is like the main one that Aaron.
The other ones that he's made.
Yeah, the other ones that he's made. Like this is the one that Aaron reacts to. This is the one that blew up and became like famous. So I'm actually curious to see if his other videos are as good as this. I'm guessing that this is like the best one because it's the one that became the most popular. But I'm sure there's some interesting like backstory that maybe we can learn from the other videos.
What's interesting with this clip that you have frozen right now is, in my opinion, it gives sort of a sense of hope because he's looking. It's a lonely environment. There's no one else around.
Yeah.
You can't get help anywhere. But he sees some lights on in what looks like windows to offices across this courtyard, which would mean that there's life or there's people or there's activity. There's something there. So he's not alone. And that, in a sense, could give a great sense of hope rather than despair, which can make it even scarier once you see that there's potentially some hope, but he's never going to make it.
Yeah.
Because this creature's going to get him.
And I'm wondering what these are.
I noticed that the first time, and I was wondering if they were two other beings or creatures, looking back at him.
Yeah, but the creature that we encountered, it was like skinnier.
Yeah.
So I feel like these, and it was taller as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like these are other people, but are they other people who got trapped down here, or are they like observers, or who have set this up? That's what's interesting.
That is. Wow. What do you think?
Yeah.
What did you think of the video? Let us know.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments below. Did we miss anything? Are there any details that weren't covered? I shared pretty much everything I knew about this video with Rob at the end of the video, just to give him the same context that I later learned. The Backrooms, from what I understand, the lore is extensive. So If you happen to know, help us out and let us know if some of his other videos are worth reacting to, because if they're the same quality as this, I think we should absolutely watch some more.
Yeah, and we won't wait for Halloween to pull something creepy like this again. Yeah.
How would you feel about playing through this type of scenario where you're actually having to run from the monster?
Oh, like a virtual reality type of.
Virtual reality, or just like with the controller, let's say.
You know, I think so. For those of you who don't know, Serge is going to be sort of my sensei in many respects with some of this gaming stuff, and so I'm a blank canvas. I'll try anything.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mold him into a gamer.
Mold me. Wait, does that mean I have to live off of Hot Pockets and
Mountain Dew?
Yeah, Mountain Dew.
I'll let
That's
you.
a whole new diet for me here.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta be quick and efficient, right? Jump back into recording more videos.
That's right. Yeah, it's not for the gaming; it's for the recordings.
Yeah, you gotta sacrifice one for the boys.
Help me out here.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna be doing all sorts of games, and I actually know a game that's like horror that's kind of similar to this. So actually, I think there is a game made off of this exactly. So we could also play the game for Backrooms.
Yeah, let's try that.
This just reminded me of a separate game, and for those of you who know, I was thinking of Outlast, so I'm gonna have him play that eventually. If you know, you know. And let us know if there's any other games you think Rob should play, because once we hop onto gaming, we're gonna have a great time.
That's a whole new world for me.
Yeah, but anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Subscribing helps our channel a lot. We're just starting out, and if you subscribe, it would mean the world to us. So thank you for joining us today. Me and Rob are gonna clock in for the night. And I'm gonna have a brownie before that, actually.
That's right. But we'll see you. You'll see us again tomorrow.
Well, depending on when the next video is
depending on
uploaded.
when we
when we upload this. Probably tomorrow. Let's just say that tomorrow from the day that we upload this video, which will be not tomorrow from today. It'll be far in the future.
Further out.
Yeah, we're going live at the end of the month.
But you're not getting rid of us. I guess that's the message. We'll be back.
We'll be back, just like Terminator.
That's right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. We started talking about him, and we just finished out the night with him.
Beginning.
Yeah,
that's right. We come full circle here.
Yeah.
I see how that works.
Just like the guy when he went up the fire exit and swung open the door, he went back to where he started.
And where he started.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But,
All right. Let us know what you think, and we will be back.
Yep. All right, guys. Have a great one.